Tilder! This is a Neewer 19-inch RGB LED ring rated at 60 watts. Costs about $120, lasts up to 2 hours with 2 large NPF batteries. It has 5 cold shoe mounts so you can mount things like cameras and or microphones. It even has a built-in USB to keep your camera on AC power at all times. Do I recommend this? If you're a DIY craft YouTuber, or maybe you just do a lot of top-down videos in general, yes. If you are a workshop or mechanic type of DIY YouTuber, also yes. Done, roll that intro. Hey, what's going on everybody? You're watching Too Long Didn't Read Filmmaker, where the answers comes first, the reasons come last, but we're constantly and always still learning. So today we're gonna find out whether or not this Neewer RGB ring light is gonna be the right solution for you and your overall YouTube kit. And I wanna thank Neewer for sending this out to me so I can provide you with my review today. Coming in at approximately $120, you get everything you need to get started. You get the light, power brick, a carrying case, as well as a light stand. Now, ring lights, they're not a thing that I actually ever want to buy. But when they showed this to me, I was like, wait a minute. This could do a lot for certain YouTubers out there. And I'm definitely going to talk about that after we get through the techie stuff for anyone that wants to know the technical. So, without further ado, for approximately $115-ish, you're gonna get this 19-inch ring. It's got 4 cold shoes that you can basically put your camera, accessories, what have you. It also can be powered with 2 Sony NPF batteries. You have to use 2. And it also has this USB port, which allows you to basically charge something, whether it be a smartphone, a camera, maybe your Rode Wireless Go, I don't know. So your wireless audio kit, you can just have that going into it instead of having to get a bunch more cables. So you can really just condense your setup right there and then. Without further ado, let's get to the light quality results. Here we have the light output test, and we do see a hit in the lux just because it has that built-in diffusion layer. However, do not worry, this is not going to actually affect your overall output, especially when I show you that over the tabletop setup, because chances are your light is not going to be 6 feet above your table. And here we have the RGB output test, and I do have everything set at a constant f2.8, and the lux readings are there below. So pretty standard for what it is, and yeah, that's really all I can say about it. Here we have the vector scopes, and again, I've only dialed in the Kelvin. I did not perform a custom white balance. On tungsten, we do see the white balance is quite good, but the skin tones and the red chip does veer towards yellow, which is pretty common with these tungsten LEDs. With daylight, we're actually quite accurate in all cases. We do see the white point just a little bit towards the blue magenta. For the battery test, I am using 2 Sony NPF 970 batteries, the largest ones, and we basically see approximately 2 hours of operation at full brightness. So aside from using ring lights for music videos to kind of get that round look in your eyes, or maybe you're doing a makeup tutorial video where you do want that nice blast of light going across your face so you can show your contours, your shadow, eyeshadow, what have you, I feel like this ring light can actually do more than that. So specifically, there's 2 types of YouTubers I feel could really benefit from something like this. So the first YouTuber is the one that does DIY crafts where they're shooting at a table. Because traditionally what you would have to do is more or less have like 2 softboxes. So you have 2 light stands, they're pointing straight down. Then you have a third stand in the middle to get your camera right over top. And then you hit the record button and there you go. But if you have something like this, depending on what kind of camera you're using, if you're using a smartphone, you're good to go. If you're using something like a Sony ZV-1, you're good to go. If you're using an action camera, probably not. Well, I don't know. I guess it depends. If you're using an action camera and works for you, great. So all you really need to do is basically mount it somewhere on one of the center cold shoes. And then from there, Depending on your table, you're either going to have to purchase more or less something like a C stand with a very sturdy boom arm, or if you have a very small table, you can just flop this thing 90 degrees down towards the table. And because of the round nature of this thing, it's going to blast a very even light all the way down with your camera right in the center. So we can really see what it is that you're doing or drawing or whatever it is that you're showing. So for the tabletop DIY craft artist, this might actually be something very interesting for you because it allows you to just do everything off of more or less one light stand. And again, if you're using your smartphone or you're using a smaller camera or you're using an action camera, all these cameras these days can be basically charged and powered with a USB port. And you have this USB port in the back, therefore you just keep it charged and plugged in the entire time and you're good to go. Now, the second type of YouTuber is the one that's probably, I guess, workshop is the best way to describe it. So maybe you're doing some woodworking, maybe you're restoring something, maybe you're working on your car engine. Well, aside from having your main camera and your main lighting set up for when you're just talking to people and you're just getting set up, but when you need to show someone the nitty gritty and you're trying to get in there, while yes, you could use a pocket light to kind of shine a light in one spot and have your camera looking at whatever it is that you want them to look at, well, having this ring light is going to be a little bit better because the pocket light is going to cast a shadow and you're going to have to try to find the right angle to show everything. Whereas with this thing, especially when it's battery powered or you can plug it in, again, you just have your camera set so that it's centered. Make sure you lock it in tight. Then grab the rings by the sides and basically maneuver the whole thing as if it was a fig rig, is what we call it in the industry. But basically, you have this ring now and you just aim it where you need to be. And because of the nature of how this light is blasting forward, it's going to light up a lot of things and not really produce a shadow to what it is that you want to show people. So if you're doing a lot of workshop videos and you want to just have this camera set up somewhere that kind of shows everything without having to light up everything around you with additional lights, like you can just basically use something like this and just aim your camera, aim the light. You can get creative with different types of colors if you want to, and therefore basically produce a different way of how to use your kit. And hey, that is it for this week, everybody. If this video has made all the influence in your purchasing decisions, I would truly appreciate it if you check out my Amazon affiliate links down below. Again, this costs nothing extra to you, just gives me a little compensation so I can continue making videos like this for you. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave it down below. I will get to them as fast as I can. And until then, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Consumption in general is going to be the right solution for you.